All right, Schlockmeister fans, a bonus feature on the Impulse Blu-ray. We're going to watch something called The Godmothers. Let's check it out. The film starts with a dude jumping out the airplane window. We have ourselves a mob story.
Put him in a bag.
This is Don Palermo.
Take him down to the pier and throw him in the ocean. But don't mess up the back seat.
Frank Fontaine plays Don Palermo, and here's a little comic routine for you. His right-hand man is famed little actor Billy Barty.
Insurance, endurance,
And this is one of the jokes of the film.
Screenplay and original songs by Mickey Rooney. He never had an original idea in his life. Block pickers, pickle packers, pepper pickers, yeah. There's we would have liked to have had in this film.
Papa, love.
So this is Don Palermo's daughter, Rosa.
The day would come. The tiny voice.
He wants to marry her off.
Every father's heart. Comes a time in my little bambino's life, she wants to get married. And your orders is to find the man of her dreams.
So he's basically tasked Billy Barty, who plays Hawk,
The lucky one
the job of
is
finding
gonna have
a
the
husband
honor
for her.
of marrying the Don's daughter, Rosa.
One of those gangsters is Rocky, played by Mickey Rooney, who helped write this little opus of a film.
Me and you? No, I mean, me and you.
That's my dream man.
So they basically set up a dating game.
Screen, I got a 4 and a 1 entry.
Oh.
Stop!
It takes 2 hands to handle a whopper. Can you think of anything? Nothing that don't include running.
Rod, 1 and 1 leg. But you gotta make only 1. So we split it in the middle.
Rocky is chosen.
Ask for a hand? I just wonder, why do I have to ask for a hand?
It's custom. Go ahead, ask. Now for the big announcement. The wedding is gonna be on the 1st.
On the 1st. But Don Palermo, the 1st. That's the date of the Polish connection.
He'd rather hang himself than
1
marry
1/4.
Rosa.
Hey, Rocky,
1 1/2.
why don't you have something to eat? You don't want to hang yourself on an empty stomach. Come on.
I don't feel like eating. A thing like this upsets me. I've got no appetite.
So they decide to
Tell me one thing before we
cross-dress
go.
as women
What's that?
Which one of us is the opposite sex?
Shut up!
to try to avoid having to marry her.
Wasn't that garlic?
Double ahead
So there's apparently some big score, at least they think there is, called the Polish Connection. And disguised as women, they're going to try to get information on it. Yeah, some of the other older mobsters flirt with them.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna go out all the town. And we're gonna have a big time. Right after you shave. Okay, come on, bring him in.
They eventually capture him and drag him in as himself, not as the cross-dresser.
Yeah, Hawk. You're...
But he escapes from there.
That Jeep.
Now, they must be hiding out someplace, because when I got to the apartment, all that was left was a change, the hacksaw, and a settling torch. And
dressed as Japanese geisha girls, and it's really
Well,
not
I tell you
PC.
what, suppose you start off with eucalyptus elbow shoot.
Eucalyptus elbow shoot. I never heard of it.
Must be an exotic dish.
How's it made?
You take a little eucalyptus, put it on elbow, put it in hot water. When it comes and you rick it off your elbow.
What do you know about the Polish connection?
Very little. That's why we were going to kidnap this Angelina, hold her for ransom, and contact the Don. Then we were going to exchange Angelina for the information on the Polish connection and where it's
Angelina
hidden
is
in
the
the
one who's
Don's house.
supposed to
We know
marry
the Polish connection.
Don Palermo.
Your offer has been accepted. Shipment of cabbages smuggled out of Holland will arrive. SS Sensortgewitz in Group under command of Captain BLU-RAY Band Scorp.
Excuse me.
It's all right.
Cabbages disguised as bowling balls.
We're gonna do some sport fish.
And what are we going to catch?
A couple of rotten fish.
Hey, we want to rent this boat to go fishing.
Cost you 100 clams a day.
Charge it. Yeah.
Then we got some action on the high seas.
Let me tell you something, Captain. You better get below and give us those Polish bowling balls.
You know about
We know everything we want to know about those Polish bowling balls. Now, there's no cabbages in here. What, these are zucchinis? Zucchinis? What's happened to the cabbage? What happened to the Polish connection?
the Polish connection? I hate the Polish connection.
Don Palermo
Rosa.
checking on his daughter, and Jesus Christ, look at that.
Shame on you. Rosa, you have disgraced the family name of Palermo.
Now, don't take it so hard. Rosa and I are married.
Hey, you two know what to do.
Of course we know what to do.
We're the godmothers.
All right, let's talk about this film, The Godmothers, which is a bonus feature on the Blu-ray for Impulse that Grindhouse Releasing just released. Mine came last week, so this is like a brand new thing. There's very, very little information about The Godmothers on the internet. There was one review on IMDb until today, or the last couple days. Somebody who also picked up this has since reviewed it and put a link up to it. Mine looks like it'll be the third. So anyway, what The Godmothers is, it's a bonus feature on this disc, which was directed also by William Greff, or Grief, I'm going to say Grief, I don't know how to pronounce it, who directed Impulse here. He introduces the film, has some stuff about it. This movie was released on VHS, as near as I can tell, overseas in a couple different releases. Never in this country. This movie was released in the theaters very briefly. Apparently Mickey Rooney showed up at the premiere in Florida. He was living in Fort Lauderdale at the time. And it pretty much disappeared after that. And it's making its reappearance in 2023. Thank you, Blu-ray people. So anyway, the movie, rated G, mind you. I figured nobody's seen this movie, so why not do a quick review of it? But yeah, it's a movie that is really insipid. I don't know. It's a bad comedy featuring Frank Fontaine, who plays Don Palermo, Mickey Rooney as Rocky, Billy Barty as Hawk, or the Hawk. Danny Aiello apparently has a small uncredited role in here. I didn't notice him, but he's apparently in there somewhere. It's supposed to be kind of a parody of The Godfather, which came out maybe a year before this, did a year or two, and The Godmothers. So this Don Palermo, he has his daughter, played by, I don't know who plays her, but Rosa is her name. She's a large woman, not an attractive woman, but she wants to get married. So he wants to try to marry his daughter off. All of the mobster guys run away with their tail between the legs because they don't want anything to do with her because they're not attracted to her. So eventually the Don, because he has some power, rounds up a few guys. They have like a dating game parody, and ultimately Rocky, played by Mickey Rooney, wins, and he's got to marry her. Well, he doesn't want to marry her, so he tries to hang himself at one point, and then he decides to be a cross-dresser for the rest of the film, and he wears various women's outfits, and he's also trying to get a handle on something called the Polish Connection, which is some sort of mafia deal that's going to go down somewhere, and he thinks it's a big score of some sort. So he's trying to get information, and Don Palermo knows all about it. Ultimately, it turns out it has something to do with cabbages being smuggled inside of bowling balls or something like that. But then when he finds out about this, they go and capture this boat with all this cabbage on it, or these bowling balls on it, but the bowling balls are filled with zucchini. I don't know. Rosa ends up, we don't see it, but she ends up getting married to Billy Barty. And we see a scene at the end where she's had a baby. And of course, Billy Barty plays a dual role there. He's Billy Barty Hawk. He also plays himself as the baby. It's kind of creepy. And Don Palermo freaks out at first, and then he's like okay with it, I guess. And the last scene is Rocky and his brother are dressed as women, and they're going to be like nannies, and he call themselves the Godmothers. That's how our film ends. So that is the Godmothers. Again, this is probably a film that did not need to be resurrected, but thanks to the beauty of Blu-ray and the beauty of Grindhouse releasing, we have it as a bonus feature on Impulse. The other feature on here, I think it's called The Devil's Sisters, which I watched last night as well. And Impulse I've seen. Actually, Impulse I've reviewed on this channel previously. I don't have this cleaned up Blu-ray version, which looks pretty good actually for Impulse. But The Godmothers, back to that one. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that movie. It's very tame. It kind of seems like a movie that would have played on cable in the early 80s, and you might have caught it over and over again. It might have had a little bit of an audience there. But yeah, nothing really much more I can tell you about it. It's not a great film, but man, is it a lost relic, that's for sure. But you know what? They cleaned it up. It looks pretty darn good. It is what it is. So anyway, that's it. I have nothing more to tell you about that. You can get Impulse. I think Grindhouse is still releasing this on their website. I think I paid $35 for this. There was a sale about a week before this, before I ordered it, where I think it was like 25 or maybe 29. I don't know. I paid a little extra for it because I wanted it. So there you go. It's probably still on their site. It comes with a lot of bonus features, an extra disc on here. There's also an autograph from the director, William Grief, on this like lobby card. I think they made 1,600 of them. Maybe it's 2,000 of these. I'm not sure. So I got into like number 1,571 or something like that. But anyway, that's it. Check it out. It's not bad for 3 movies. Again, they're lost 70s exploitation relics. Although this movie, The Godmothers, not too exploitative. But anyway, check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about The Godmothers. Watch it. Bye.